So I'm just calling you today. It's about something that happened back in September. So I believe you came to Brighton in September for a protest.
Yes, well, a rally, but yes.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. So someone has actually made an allegation against you about a hate crime. So we do actually need to speak to you about that matter as part of our investigation.
Hi, everybody. Auntie speaks. Welcome back. So please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me get out to more people. So we are going to take a look at this lady, Posie Parker. Posie Parker is awesome. If you don't know her, please, look her up on YouTube. So she is gotten into a lot of hot water. She did a protest because she believes that only women are women. So she fights for the rights of women. And only in 2022 do I have to explain what she means by woman. That means a biological woman. And she fights for the rights of biological women. And unfortunately for Posie Parker, this creates a lot of problems for her. Okay? So she had a rally where she was talking about women's rights. And of course, there were a bunch of protesters.
As lesbians in 2022, as much noise for 1 minute, people!
Okay. So there we go. So she is obviously doing a rally and she is performing political speech. The completely unbelievable political speech that women are women. And you can see that the protesters are there and you can see why she is having this rally to say that women, the only women in the world are biological females. That is her political opinion. And you can hear the crowd, trans women are women! Trans women are women! It's very, educated and enlightened rallying cry. So this is political speech. One side has an opinion and the other side has an opinion. Well, in today's world, that's not the case, especially if you live in the UK. So I hate to tell you this. For most of my audience, we're Americans. I don't know if you know this, but America is the only place that has freedom of speech. We are the only country on the face of the planet that you cannot be arrested or fined for speech because we have the glorious First Amendment. Thank God for America. So someone took offense to her rally where she said women are women. Let's see what happened.
So I'm just calling you today. It's about something that happened back in September. So I believe you came to Brighton in September for a protest.
Yes, well, a rally, but yes.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. So someone has actually made an allegation against you about a hate crime. So we do actually need to speak to you about that matter as part of our investigation.
Yeah.
So what we do need to do, we need to get you to come down to Brighton, ideally, so we can have this voluntary interview.
Mm-hmm. And when you say hate crime, specifically what hate crime would it be? Because I think to be a hate crime, there has to actually be a crime. So what is the hate?
Exactly.
What is the hate attached to?
I'm going to read out. So it's the crime is use of words or behaviour to stir up hatred on the grounds of sexual orientation.
Hateful behavior on the grounds of sexual orientation. Well, number one, this is Posie Parker, so she doesn't have any problem with sexual orientation at all. But what is hate? What is hate? Well, if it's hate, it would have to be you are saying something hateful but that would not be something that you could point to in a law, something that's right or wrong. You murder someone, you don't murder someone. You break a law, you don't break a law. Posie Parker is saying women are women. Is that hate speech? What is hate speech? In America, we don't have hate speech, no matter what your college professor tells you. Why? Why don't we have hate speech? Well, because the only reason to have the First Amendment is because of hate speech. Who wants to ban love speech? Nobody. Nobody. You protect the speech that you don't agree with. Okay?
So basically, it's going to be a voluntary interview. So it's just the story as well. So, we're not putting anything against you. You can bring a solicitor with you if you'd like. It's just so we can bottom out your side of what's gone on, and we can discuss what allegations have been made against you as well. And then we can then look into it a bit further to see whether a crime has actually occurred.
Okay. And before you invite me in, have you looked at the evidence to see if there's any merit to it?
We have, yeah, which is why we're inviting you in. Just to hear your side of things.
Okay. And you said it's voluntary. So what does voluntary mean in this instance?
So essentially, we're asking you to come down to Brighton. So it's going to be an interview where essentially it's a little bit more relaxed. You can, at any point you can end the interview if you'd like. You can bring the solicitor with you. But if you don't attend, then we will potentially be looking at. Are you in Wiltshire at the moment?
I am, yes.
Then potentially we'll be looking at getting Wiltshire police to come and arrest you so they can come and interview them.
Don't you love that? Voluntary. Okay. So what if I don't volunteer to come into the police station to talk about my hate crime? Oh, well, then we'll come arrest you. I love America. God bless America. Yes. This is crazy. This is insane. And what makes it even more insane is she is being persecuted for political speech. Yes, she is being persecuted for political speech because her stance is political. She says a woman is a woman. She has a wonderful billboard which puts the dictionary definition of what is a woman: adult, human, female. Please go to her website. You can buy a "What is a Woman" t-shirt. It's awesome. You can support her cause. So this is political speech. She has a right to her opinion. And 5 minutes ago, that was the opinion of 99.9% of the people on the face of the planet. Oh, and it's still the opinion of anybody with a medical degree or a doctor's degree, unless they're in the trans movement or they've been told they're going to lose their job if they don't believe that. We're living in scary times, folks, where the police will come knock on your door if you have the wrong speech. Okay? It's called the thought police. Yeah. Thought police. That's a little scary. And you people here in the United States, you think this couldn't happen to us? Look what's happening on YouTube. Look what's happening on Twitter. Oh, whoops, sorry. Someone bought Twitter, so maybe there'll be free speech on there. The jury's still out on that. I'm not a huge Musk fan. His conversion was 5 minutes ago, so we'll have to see if he truly believes in free speech, a month from now or 2 months from now. But this is seriously scary, guys, and this is not the only time that something like this has happened. I'm going to take a look at a couple of different places where people have been jailed or been prosecuted for free speech. Here you go. Okay, guys, so here we go. So these are just the most famous ones that I remember off the top of my head. We could do this for an hour. So pastor acquitted of a hate crime charge in Canada. What did this pastor do? Was he just really terrible and terroristic threats to someone? No. A Canadian judge last week exonerated a former pastor who was charged of committing a hate crime for sending a letter to the local newspaper criticizing homosexuality. he's a pastor. Now he eventually won, but he lost his first case. Yes, he was brought before the Alberta Human Rights Commission. Jawohl, mein Führer. Yes, I love it. Okay, let's move on. So, hate speech, UK. Political leader arrested for quoting Winston Churchill. And if you don't know who Winston Churchill is, God love you. I don't know what to say. Okay. So, YouTuber Count Dankula found guilty of hate speech for Nazi salute pug video. So, he's got a pug and it's his girlfriend's pug, and he really hated the pug because his girlfriend loved it. And so she thought he was so cute and everything. So he decided to teach the pug to do the most disgusting thing, which was to do the Hitler salute. This guy went to court and was found guilty. Guilty for a joke. Okay, guys. Okay, so it's really fun to make fun of the rest of the world, but I'm talking to you people in America. You think this is not possible here? Do you really think this is not possible here? Well, if we didn't have the First Amendment, it would already be here. But what do you think YouTube and Twitter and Facebook are doing? Especially when they confer with the government. Oh, you can't say this about the koof. You can't say that about the koof. You can't say this about transgender people, or you can't say that about transgender people, or we're going to ban you if you say this or ban you if you say that. Our government is colluding with so-called private companies to censor freedom of speech. No, nobody's gone to jail yet, but we're pretty darn close. Okay, guys. So please like below, comment below. If you're as scared about our society as I am, I mean, goodness, make 1984 fiction again, right? Okay, guys, so we will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for all the support.